Why, hello there everyone, I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo Sensei. Minasan, konbanwa, and good evening everyone. And this video is a bit late, and this week my schedule was a bit misplaced in some areas, so I had to reschedule some things, and redo some things, and rework some things around, and finishing editing this video. But without further ado, let us get straight into it. So today I'm finally finishing up these rehouses with these Neoholothele incei. And these incei are from a later batch, so these are a bit smaller than the previous ones that I rehoused a few videos back, so don't get these confused as the same batch as the previous one because they're not. Different bloodlines. But anyhow though, there's about 40 of these I had rehoused, and I'm not going to show all of these because it's going to be a very long video. Now typically I'm very fast when it comes to rehousing these tarantulas, but since I'm recording it is like 6 times longer. So typically what would take about 10 seconds to rehouse extends all the way up to a minute when recording. And that's just because I don't want to show you guys things you can't see. So I'm trying my best to get good footage, but at the same time go as quickly as possible because I don't want to be here for 6 hours or 3 hours for that matter. Now allow me to explain why that is. So typically when you're rehousing tarantulas, it doesn't take that long. For most people, if it's just one tarantula, you would think it'll take about a minute or so to rehouse. But put this into my shoes. You're a tarantula breeder, and let's say you produce one Grammostola egg sac, and let's say there's 300 babies. If it takes 1 minute to rehouse one baby and there's 300 plus babies, yeah, that's going to take an extremely long time. And if you're a tarantula breeder, you're producing, I don't know, let's just say 5 egg sacs, and there's like 200 babies each egg sac, that is going to take an extremely long time. So tarantula breeders really have to optimize speed as well. This is something that will take time for new tarantula breeders to adapt to. So if you're not as fast as I am, then that's fine. So don't worry guys, because we've all been there. Even me, I've been there taking my time per sling to rehouse. But now everything is pretty much normal speed. And I will show you a normal rehouse for a sling at the very end of the rehouse video. So you'll see how quickly it takes, which is about 10 seconds. But when it came to recording this video, it took a minute per sling. So it took a very long time to actually record this entire video that you're seeing today. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you do, please feel free to like, because that will help a lot with this channel. And I've already explained why I rehouse tarantulas like this, but for those who are new, allow me to re-explain. So when I rehouse tarantulas, I pretty much just pull out the entire webbing along with the tarantula and just place it into their new enclosure. And what I'm essentially doing is that tarantulas pretty much mark their homes or their territory using webbing. And by essentially using their old webbings and placing it into their new enclosure, this pretty much becomes like a starter or an extender to their homes already. And this will allow the tarantula to adapt much more quicker to their new enclosure. And this is something us tarantula breeders incorporate into our routines when it comes to rehousing, and this helps a lot because sometimes tarantulas can take a while for them to adapt into new enclosures, and this really just speeds up the process for us so we don't have to wait for them to get comfortable. And it's kind of surprising how a lot of tarantula breeders don't really know this or is not really taught. So I hope that everybody who's aspiring to become a tarantula breeder, I hope you guys can learn something, and maybe you guys will incorporate this as well into your own routines in the future. And I have to be honest, as a tarantula breeder, my least favorite thing is rehousing tarantulas. Yeah, I know, okay, hear me out. If you're a casual tarantula hobbyist, rehousing may not be a big issue, but if you're a tarantula breeder and you have to rehouse hundreds of slings, that is a big deal. Let's say you had one egg sac and there's 200 babies, and each baby took a minute to rehouse. That'd be 200 minutes. And if you divide that by 60, for each hour, that is over about 3 hours long. Now hear me out, that's only a small portion, because let's say you bred 5 or 7 females, let's say 7 females, and each egg sac produced 300 babies. Let's just hypothetically say 30 seconds per sling to rehouse. Now times it by all of the slings you produce per egg sac. Yeah, that is a lot. That is way more than what people will think. And honestly, people overlook this issue. So my advice as an experienced tarantula breeder is to be very wise And also, kind of be picky about what you choose to breed, because some species will only have about 100 slings, other species may have 1,000. So please be wise and choose species you know you can deal with when it comes to the number of offspring they can have, because there are some people out there who are just outright reckless, and I hope you're not one of them. So if you're watching this video and you're wondering why I dislike rehousing tarantulas, I hope this clears it up so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. But I would like to know down below though, how long does it take for you to rehouse your tarantulas? Does it take a minute? 1 second? 10 seconds? I would like to know, because for me, it takes a very short amount of time, because I really just want to get things done and done, like get ASAP. And trust me everybody, once you get to this level of breeding, you'll totally understand where I'm coming from. That's kind of why I decided to lay back a little bit on tarantula breeding and try not to go extreme. And this is the problem that a lot of new tarantula breeders have. They just really want to produce babies, but I pray they're not reckless, and I pray you, the viewer, is not reckless as well. And in 1 more month, it would officially be my 5th anniversary, my 5th year on this channel, uploading. And I truly want to thank everybody, because I'm going to be honest, uploading on YouTube has pretty much gotten me nowhere. Okay, allow me to clarify. I upload videos because I enjoy them. I don't necessarily upload videos for views, and even now I still feel the same way. But I'm going to be honest, the moment it feels like it becomes an obligation, as if like I had to do it because I must have to do it, then I think that's when I'll start backing away from YouTube. But as of now, I truly enjoyed this channel and whatever I upload, and I'm glad that it's finally starting to pick up after over 4 years of uploading. And if we're rounding it, it's essentially 5 years. And I don't really have much advice to new YouTubers, but I will say this though, I think the biggest key of making good YouTube videos for tarantulas is not necessarily doing what everybody else is doing, because you have to stick out from everybody else if you want a audience, quote unquote. For example, Exotics Lair, he has a more entertaining, high energy approach. Dave's Little Beasties, a very informative but also a very extensive look into tarantula breeding. Tom Moran, a great tarantula keeper and a great source for information. So you kinda had to have your own unique style and approach to tarantula YouTube videos. For me, I have a very laid back approach, but also a very professional approach as well. I am an experienced tarantula breeder, and I have been doing this for a very long time. So I usually know what I'm talking about, and if not, I'm very transparent. But it's more so of my laid back energy and the very calm vibes I give off on my YouTube videos. And I also approach my videos with a very Eastern Asian approach, I guess. That's why you see a lot of Japanese sound effects and a lot of Asian, text bubbles and whatnot, because it's really just a part of me and how I want to express myself. And that is my unique approach. And for you, aspiring tarantula YouTubers or people who are trying to put themselves out there as a tarantula breeder, you also need to find your own unique approach. Because if I'm being honest, the YouTube bubble when it comes to tarantula YouTubers is too saturated. And everybody is either copying somebody else, or there's just not enough unique content when it comes to tarantulas or how to approach them. So I hope what I'm saying can help people be pushed in the right direction when it comes to content creation. You don't need expensive cameras or gear at all. All you need is a really unique approach and just being yourself. And hey, it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, look at me, almost 5 years, and now it's slowly starting to pick up steam. And that is commitment, like true commitment for certain, because a lot of people would have given up within the first year. But hey, I'm still here and I'm still enjoying this content. So as long as I'm enjoying it, I'm gonna be uploading. And I truly want to thank everybody. And to re-clarify from a previous video, no, I'm not retiring. Why do people keep thinking I'm retiring? I'm not. I may slow down tarantula breeding in the future for sure, but I'm not quitting or retiring from tarantulas, so don't think I'm giving up soon. But I would truly appreciate it if we can hit 1K subs on this channel by the end of this year, so let us pray that happens. But in the meantime, let's just enjoy this journey, guys. So I guess I'll call this a video. As the typical, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to stick around. I upload every single Tuesday and Friday here on the channel, so please feel free to do so. And also support me on my social medias, such as my IG and Patreon. Links to everything is down below. And with that, stay lax and Laxow out from the Kumo Sensei.